got very long. Tom, how are you?
Are we starting?
Well, have we ever had an official sort of?
All right, I've got a song for the beginning.
Well, I've actually got something to say at the beginning as well.
Shut up. Sorry. It's been 16 days and 15 hours since we took our podcast away from you, etc., etc., etc. Nothing compares to season 2.
Oh, you've actually thought about it. I'm here all day thinking you're not even thinking about the podcast, putting no effort in. But, that must have taken you at least a minute to think of.
It took me about 40 seconds while you were jabbering on about sponsorship in the pre-meeting that we had.
Shut up. Right. Tom, just before we officially start the podcast and we go, I've actually created some new intros that we could test for season 2. Can I play them to you and see what you think?
Yeah, okay.
All right, hang on. Let me just... Can you still hear me? I'm just on a bit different thing.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Okay, so this is the first one. I just thought I'd add lyrics to the music we already use. It doesn't really go with lyrics, but tell me what you think. No, not that one. Hang on, this one.
I can't hear anything.
Okay, right. You can't hear anything. Let's just work that out. Hang on. I know. Okay. I'll just record. I can edit that.
I now can't hear you, full stop. I told you I can't hear you, and you're talking to... Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Well, Tom, I actually have some alternative beginnings. New season, new ideas. We've had the same theme music every episode. I thought I'd come up with some alternative ideas. Do you mind if I play them to you?
Well, I don't like tampering with the theme music because I wrote that score specifically for this podcast.
Well, I've added lyrics to that score.
All right.
Okay, so I've got 2 options. Here's option 1. See what you think.
We talk about football sometimes.
Oh, hang on. You ready?
It's the Throwing Podcast. We talk about football sometimes. Marvellous Throwing Podcast. We talk about football nonsense.
What?
Start it again, sorry, because I didn't get the first.
Well,
I suppose that doesn't matter.
It is quite quick.
Okay.
Due to the theme tune that you wrote.
Okay.
The first line is, it's the Throwing Podcast.
Okay.
It's the Throwing Podcast. We talk about football sometimes. Marvellous Throwing Podcast. We talk about football nonsense sometimes. Marvellous Throwing Podcast. We talk about all sorts of funny things. Join our Patreon and give us all of your money.
Yeah, I think we should go with that 100%. Yeah. I actually really like it.
Well, I've got another option. It's a bit more dramatic.
I don't need to hear it, but go on then.
You do need to hear this, trust me.
It's Edward and Thomas, the Marvellous Throwing Podcast.
What do you think?
I was wrong. I'm glad you played that to me. I've changed my mind. I think we should go with that one. I like how you jammed in podcast at the end when it didn't really fit. And I always
Marvellous Throw in
podcast. Oh right, yeah, okay.
Kind of,
Yeah, give me a third then.
No, that's it.
Oh, you only did 2. That's such a misleading. I thought there was going to be. I thought it was just 1, but then I've got a few, so I was then waiting for the third. You just give me 2 options.
Well, I have a song for later. Let's just sag this. We're going to just stick with the same thing.
Yeah.
Right.
So Edward, Ed.
Yeah.
I don't know if you realise, but it's Mum and Dad's anniversary today.
Well, I did realise when
Shut up! This is my story. I cooked them dinner this evening, and I made a sort of risotto. I roasted the chicken first, and then I stirred it in.
Yeah.
Sort of shredded chicken, very nice, bit of cream, etc.
Mm.
But it seems I left in about a 2-inch bone, very thin hairline bone, that is currently lodged between the flaps of our mother's esophagus. Unfortunately, she's been trying to stuff bread down her throat, and she's been very polite 'cause she knows I've put effort in. So she's like, it's fine. It's past the windpipe bit where I can't breathe, so it'll be okay.
Yeah.
Okay,
Hang on. Are you actually saying anything here? Is there any structure to this, or should I take over here? Hello and welcome to season 2 of the Marvellous Throw-In podcast. Yes, new season, new name. Tom, you got your wishes. The Marvellous Throw-In. How do you feel?
I feel really happy about it. I think it fits. It sort of tumbles out the mouth more satisfyingly, and I do think Thomas Gray's Marvellous Throw-In also has a nice.
No.
And that is how people will refer to it. They'll be like, if you listen to Thomas Gray's Marvellous Throw-In, do you mean the one he does with his brother? No. Yeah, that one. What's his name again? Is it Edwin? Eggelbert? Eggelbert.
I'm sure they'll go for Edwin and Eggelbert before Edward. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, I would just say that obviously, as I've said in a previous podcast in the last season, you bring the people here, I keep them here. Because if you were in charge of this thing, nothing would happen.
I also don't really bring the people here. I mean, about 13 people respond in the way that you want them to, which isn't really a lot, but I suppose we'll take it.
That's your life.
Well, yeah.
First thing we're going to do this season is say thank you to our patrons. We have actually had a good number of people sign up. Pretty good,
really great.
We'll talk about that later, only very briefly. We're not going to nag you, don't worry. But the first thing we're going to do this season... Sorry, go on.
Well, I was just going to say, I don't feel that bad about it. I don't feel guilty for having patrons.
No,
think of all the greatest artists. All the artists in the world wouldn't have created their art without the patrons. So thank you for helping us create great art. Some facts for you.
No. Hang on. First thing we're going to do this season, predict the top 4 and the bottom 3. Go.
Okay.
Quick. Off from the gut, not the. Don't watch the game.
Okay.
Use your gut.
Man City, Man United, Liverpool, Newcastle. Top 4.
Yeah. Okay. Like that.
Bottom 4.
Yep. Bottom
3. Yeah. Crystal Palace, West Brom, and wait for it.
Yeah.
Who else came up? Leeds, Crystal, West Brom.
Okay.
Fulham. Fulham, Crystal Palace, and West Brom. West Brom always go down.
Right. Yeah.
Palace, I think they're at the end of their tether, and I think they're down. And then the other ones as well. How about you?
Top
and
4.
then I think Newcastle, and then I think the League Cup will go to Man United, and Newcastle will win the FA Cup.
No chance. I'll tell you who's going to win all the cups. Tottenham. But anyway, top 4. Here you go. Chelsea, City, Liverpool, Tottenham.
You think Chelsea are going to win the league?
Oh, no, sorry. It's in order, isn't it? Let's go City, Liverpool, Chelsea, Tottenham. And then bottom 3, Leeds are going to go down. I hope so, anyway. Crystal Palace, I agree with you. And Fulham. Yeah. Leeds, Fulham, Crystal Palace. West Brom will stay up somehow.
Well, I have an image in my head of what the Premier League should be, and it was sort of fixed at around the age of, 11. So in my head, teams like Villa should be in the Premier League, Sheffield Wednesday, Nottingham Forest, Derby County. These are all Premier League, Ipswich Town on and off. But that's because I suppose we've got bias there. But,
they got relegated in what, 2002, 2003?
2002 they got relegated, yeah. Yeah. That's when Finidi George scored that amazing chip against Sunderland, and I was at the game. And you sold your ticket to Michael Bird.
Yeah, don't regret it. Not an Ipswich.
Well, it was actually.
Not an Ipswich
I know,
fan.
but that goal was shared on the Premier League's official Instagram account the other day, and I was like, "What a goal!" And then it showed the goal, and then I was like, "You weren't even there. I was there."
Yeah, and what did I get for my ticket? 3 Lego trucks and about £3.
Well,
and a packet of football stickers. So who really wins?
Yeah.
Anyway,
not you.
Sorry. Okay, we've done that. That's that now. I'm so glad because usually when I have a conversation with you about this sort of thing, we'll predict it, and then it'll get to the end of the season. You'll be like, "Oh yeah, I said that," and I'll say, "No, you didn't say that." You'll be like, "No, how dare you? I did." Now it's there. It's on the internet. It's on the podcast. So you can't change it.
I also think Wolves will have a tough season.
That's so vague. That is so vague.
And I also think Arsenal fans will be surprised, to say the least, with how the campaign will go. Let's see how those predictions pan out for me.
Here's my prediction: Tottenham will win a trophy, probably even. All right, here's my prediction, and if it comes true, you've got to shave your head. Deal?
Yeah.
Tottenham will win the Europa League and the League Cup.
Listen, man. Okay, you got to be a fucking beep. Okay, good, nice guys don't win football.
Yeah.
Okay, come
It's
here,
so
Harry,
good,
man.
that
Listen,
program.
with me.
That program is so good. Harry Kane every time. All right, lads, let's have a huddle. Okay, all right, lads, we're gonna effing win, yeah? We're gonna effing try really hard, Okay, try your best.
Yeah, no, the best one's Lloris. He's like, come on, yeah, we're going to do this, okay, yeah, guys, yeah, we're going to win this, yeah, huh? I'm sorry, yeah, okay, go, yeah. All right, mate, calm down. I'm stood right next to you, screaming in my ear.
It's so stupid. They all get round every single. It's obviously you can't miss this. They stand there for 5 seconds as one person just yells stupid, pointless things.
Yeah. Also, like I assumed that there was actually some secret, deep analysis and knowledge of what was going on. But they basically go into that room. He's like, okay, boys, they play 4-4-2. This guy's going to run up the wing, so just make sure you
I'm not having
you don't let him do it.
I'm not having this.
Yeah, don't let him do it. Also, my dog's dead, so I'm feeling pretty bad. But go out there and win.
I'm not having this. Mourinho, were you not impressed when it was like half time? Kyle Walker, they're not playing this side. Not Kyle Walker. Serge Aurier, they're not playing this side. Push up that side, and he scores the winner. And then there's loads of bits like. Sorry, if you don't know, by the way, we're talking about All or Nothing. Spurs is on Amazon. It's incredible. Yeah. 6 episodes. Sorry, go on.
In the game, definitely in the game, he's able to see things and change it. But beforehand, all the other stuff, it's just basically how much can I get these people. I'd do what Klopp does and just make them all think I'm their dad. That'd be my approach. And then they want to.
Mourinho does that.
They want to. Everyone wants to impress their dad.
Well, there's a bit of an awkward moment, where Jose sits with Dele Alli in episode 1, is it? Episode 2, and he says, "I'm not your dad because you've got your dad." But he hasn't got his dad, has he? I think he's adopted, or he's got. It's a bit awkward. I didn't know that. It's a bit awkward. But Jose didn't mean it, of course. So there's no, and I don't think Dele Alli took it personally at all, because he does have his adopted dad, who I think he calls his dad. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm going to stop talking.
We'll probably just not do this bit.
Yeah. Anyway, Tom, based on this program, so this is an amazing documentary following Tottenham last season, where Pochettino left, Mourinho came in. If you haven't seen it, you've got to watch it. It is honestly. If you like football, it's amazing TV. And I actually wrote a song about it, Tom. Can I...
all right.
This is the last one, actually, today. But I've been inspired. And this song is basically, it's a tribute. Because Tom will tell you, I've always loved Jose Mourinho. Yes, that's right. Jose, not Jose, as we learned in the documentary. Jose Mourinho has always been my favourite manager by far. And this is my tribute to him. Okay? You ready to listen, Tom?
Mm-hmm.
Just say yes. Just act like you're an enthusiast.
Yes, I am. I know. I am.
We'll shorten this down in the podcast.
He's with a low block. Park the bus. Conceding stop. Ooh, it makes Pep wanna cry. He doesn't know, winks his name. He said he'd improve Harry Kane. Ooh, it makes Klopp wanna die. Ooh, have you ever parked a bus? Ooh, it's much harder than you think. And Mourinho, you are a hero. Win 1-0 every weekend. A Portuguese, Ave Mourinho. Oh, nothing is a great show. He inexplicably loves Eric Dyer, speaks Portuguese with him in their attire. Ooh, I'll be honest, I was confused by that bit. He argued lots with Danny Rose, tried to listen to all his woes. Ooh, Danny, you've just got fat. Ooh, it doesn't change a thing. Ooh, Mourinho always wins. Oh, Mourinho, you are a hero. defensive block away from home. Portuguesa, Ave Mourinho. Oh, nothing is a great show.
If you're listening to the podcast, we've probably shortened down the version we just listened to in real life.
I hope we flipping well have, because that went on for about 6 minutes. That was 6 minutes of. Did you? So they were speaking Portuguese in their attire.
Yeah. Well, actually,
what were they? Usually naked. There's some weak lines in that. It's a good thing.
Yeah.
And also, why did you not sing Mourinho replace Pochettino? That'd have been good.
What did I say? Mourinho.
I don't know. You said about 40% of everything that's ever been said in the English language.
The good lines in
It
it
went on for
basically
about 5 hours,
are.
that.
Shut up. The good lines in it, I think, personally, are.
It is good. It is good.
Mourinho, blah blah, whatever. Win 1-0 every weekend.
Every weekend.
And then the next one is Mourinho, blah blah blah, and then it's low defensive block away from home.
It's good. It's good.
Anyway,
it's just that it was 9 minutes.
That's getting longer every time. Okay, have you got some facts for me, Tom?
That I have. Number 1, you're adopted. That's just a joke.
You actually used to tell me that when I was younger.
Because... everyone. That's a staple brother thing to joke about.
But it was quite a good reason. I had dark eyebrows and blonde hair, and everyone else in the family had blonde hair and blonde eyebrows.
Yeah. Okay.
So...
Who is the only player to have scored in 7 competitions in the same season?
7 competitions in the same season. So it's going to be someone who scored in the World Cup, the Champions League, the Europa League, the League Cup, the FA Cup, the Premier League. What else could you? The Super Cup or something. Torres?
Wow. Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's actually.
Yeah.
Yes! So I tell you why I said Torres. A, because I love Torres, and B, because he had that season where I'm sure I've heard he scored in many things.
Yeah, I would just the trick is answer it and then don't go into details where you could show yourself to have just guessed.
Yeah, I didn't guess though. You know, it's an informed guess. It was an informed guess. I didn't know the answer.
It was. Yeah, it was. All right, here's another one.
Yeah, go.
Which British side has a 100% win rate against Barcelona, having played them 4 times?
Win rate? It's not Dundee, is it?
I mean, you've obviously. I mean, I typed in football questions, and I always go to the first one. I put no. I do this at the last minute. So clearly, on this occasion and the Torres one, you knew. Okay, so I guess who's the only keeper with 5 assists?
Hang on. So honesty here. I'd never heard the first question, so I did guess that. You can see by my reaction. Do an action replay, rewind everyone, look at my reaction if it's on video. That one I heard. Dundee, yeah, I've played them or something. What's the third question? Sorry, go on.
Only keeper with 5 assists.
Okay, don't tell me the answer to this one, then we can leave it to the end. But
okay, and then the last question.
Yeah.
Who was the first English team to reach a European Cup finals?
First English team. Can you tell me the year?
1956.
Oh, well, United crashed in '58. Don't know why that's relevant. Celtic.
Birmingham.
Oh, really?
I don't know why I did a short. Is it Scottish I'm doing? I don't know why I said it in that manner.
No, I have no idea. Right, here you go. Here's a question. Okay, Tom, Stephen Horton has been in touch.
Yeah.
And he's actually provided me with a lot of material, so I don't have to do much work over the next few podcasts. Because this series we're going to do over the next few episodes is players who've only had 1 cap for England. Okay?
Yeah.
I'll give you a clue. I've got 5 clues. I'll give you a clue, then we'll move on to something else. Then I'll give you another one. The earlier you get the answer, the better. So the audience can play along, you know.
Sure.
So here's the first clue. The answer is someone who's had 1 cap for England. He has played for Millwall, Southampton, Liverpool, and West Ham. So obviously, if you get it in the first one, that's very impressive.
Southampton,
Liverpool, Millwall, and West Ham.
Well, give me some time to think.
We'll edit this out.
Millwall, Southampton. Okay. Jason Wilcox.
Incorrect. So we move on. You get one guess each time, and then
All right,
move
okay.
on. Okay. So, Tom, let's talk about fantasy football. We have a league this season. We have a league. The link will be below, and the code will be below. We've already had, I think, like 30 or 40 people log into it and sign up. So,
Cool.
What's the prize going to be? Do you know what? Do you know what we're going to do, Tom? I'll guarantee this, so don't worry. If you enter the Fantasy Football League and you win, you'll get 200 quid.
Whoa.
Pretty good, huh? For free.
Well,
Free entry.
Tax-free
entry
as well.
Free entry. 200 quid if you win. And the code's below.
That's mind-blowing sums of money, that.
You haven't entered it yet, Tom.
Well, I'm going to now.
Yeah. So tell me
Can
your
I
team.
win it? Am I able to win?
Yeah. If you beat off everyone, including me, which you won't, by the way. I've spent, honestly, I'm a bit ashamed of this, so I hope my wife, Becky, doesn't listen to this. I think if I totted up the amount of time I've spent on my fantasy football team in the last week, it would be double figure in hours.
I have spent hardly any time, but I've got a pretty solid team. Unfortunately, I called my team Interning FC.
Yeah, you mentioned this last time. It's a rubbish name. Interning FC.
It's dreadful. It is dreadful, isn't it? I know.
I need to change. You can change the name, you know.
Oh, can you?
Yeah, mine's Citizen
thank
Kane.
goodness. I'm almost embarrassed.
Well.
I'm almost embarrassed to join leagues now because everyone will be like, what? That's his name. That's so poor.
Yeah, mine's poor. Mine's Citizen Kane, just because I got Kane. It's not funny or anything.
Yeah,
all right,
read me a
team.
Probably a lot of teams call that.
Read me a team.
Okay, so my team is. I didn't know you were going to ask me that, so I'm just looking at my phone. Hang on.
That's right. I'm not sure I want to share mine. It's so good.
I want to share mine because it's so good.
Interesting.
Mine is as follows. Although it might change. So Ramsdale in goal.
Mine's probably going to change it. Okay, Ramsdale, 5 minutes.
Ramsdale in goal.
Watch this, Tom. This is how long I've spent. I'm not looking at anything. You say your player. I'll tell you how much they cost. 5 million for 5 million for Ramsdale.
Alexander Arnold.
7.5 million.
Tierney.
5.5 million.
Robertson.
7 million.
Saint-Maximin.
5.5 million.
Saint-Maximin. Perez.
6 million.
Aubameyang.
12 million.
Ward-Prowse.
6 million.
And then up front, I've got. We get it. You get the numbers.
Yeah, okay.
Up front, I've got Werner, Ings, Calvert-Lewin. And then on the bench, I've got Mason Greenwood to come on when Man United play. And he'll probably come on for Ward-Prowse. So it's a decent team. What's yours?
Decent. Yeah, no, that's good. So so you've gone with some like budget options with Ward-Prowse. Did you say you had Trent at the back? Trent Alexander-Arnold? Right, okay. So here's my team. Alex McCarthy in goal for Southampton, who've got a good first 10 fixtures. Alexander-Arnold. Ben Davies at left back for Tottenham.
He's a funny character, isn't he, Ben Davies?
Yeah.
He's a very interesting man.
Yeah.
And I was so gobsmacked by the whole thing. He seems like a little boy in a sweet shop. My accent always goes into Indian whenever I try the Welsh accent.
Again, we're referencing All or Nothing Spurs. If you haven't watched it, then I'm sorry. Carl Walker-Peters for Southampton.
Yeah.
They knew. And then in midfield, listen to this. Salah, Aubameyang, Son, and Saint-Maximin.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on. And then up front, I've got Kane, Mitrovic, and Callum Wilson. Changed today.
Yeah, I might
6.5 million.
I think I'm going to put Lewis, Wilson, and Fraser in just so that I can savour the enjoyment of watching them play for Newcastle ever so much more. Anyway, let's leave it there because that's it's.
Join the league. Join the league. 200 quid. What did I say?
League.
How much did I say they'd win?
Sing my song. Join 200 quid.
Join the league. Yeah.
Well, you've ruined it now, but never mind.
Oh,
just move on. Diddly.
Tom, just on that serious football discussion, just very briefly. Newcastle have signed some players. How do you feel? Jamal Lewis signing right now, Callum Wilson and Ryan Fraser. What's happened to Mike Ashley?
Well, someone tweeted the other day, it's definitely not my joke, but they're like, he's going to be scathing when he realises he's bought Jamal Lewis and not John Lewis. But and
Ryan Fraser and not House of Fraser.
House of Fraser, yeah. And then Wilson's sportswear, not Callum Wilson. Anyway, I'm absolutely ecstatic. I'm over the moon. I can't actually believe that we've bought solid players. That front four now of Wilson, Fraser, Maximan, Almiron, and then the holding midfielders. If I would go for, Hayden and then Shelvey in a sort of slightly deeper quarterback role, and then the back four.
Fine.
Lewis, Lascelles, hopefully Holding, and then either Manquillo or Yedlin or
we need a right back. That's the position next, isn't it?
Yeah, right back. Well, the thing is, Rob Holding can play central and right. He can play right back as well, so he's versatile. And then Dubravka in goal. That is a team that sincerely I think should be disappointed if it doesn't finish in the top 7 or 8.
It's top 7 or 8. Wow. I think top 10. I'd go top 10. I think top 10 is good. Clue. So Tom, clue number 2 for this person who's had 1 cap for England. So he played for Millwall, Southampton, Liverpool, and West Ham. He's a defender. I'll give you clue 3 as well, because it will give you a timescale. His only cap was on the 16th of November, 1994, against Nigeria.
Oh, what? You want me to pick an obscure defender?
Clue 4, he has been voted the 17th hardest footballer of all time.
Steve Bold?
Good guess. So that's perfectly the era. No, not Steve Bold. Although I think he has only had 1 cap for England or something, hasn't he? I think.
He didn't play as much, no, because that era he had like Pallister who didn't play very much, Steve Bruce who didn't play very much.
Steve Bruce got 1 cap, didn't he? Or no caps?
Yeah.
Or no caps.
Steve Bruce. The ones I know is Callum Wilson, Steve Bruce, Stuart Ripley, Jason Wilcox, Francis Jeffers.
Alan Smith. Didn't Alan Smith?
Is it the strike? Oh no, you said defender, didn't you?
Didn't Alan Smith get 1 and score 1?
I think so, and then
or something like that.
Yeah. Oh! Defender Chris Powell.
No.
Oh.
I'll give you the 5th clue, but you'll know the answer straight away. Okay.
Right.
His nickname is Razor.
Oh. Neil Ruddock.
Yeah. Neil Ruddock.
Decent.
I've got 2 just before we end, Tom. I have where we've got 2 more things to do. So here you go. But before we end, Tom, I've got 2 facts for you. This isn't a quiz. Okay. This is just a fact. Okay, interesting fact. And I'm going to share these interesting facts as we go this season. Here you go. Pele once went into a serious slump in the mid-60s that had Santos and Brazilian management extremely concerned. However, he chalked it up to giving away his lucky shirt to a fan, and he hired, this really happened, detectives to help him get it back. When it was returned to him, he immediately regained his form, but years later found out that he'd just been given a shirt that he'd worn in a different game. Placebo effect.
Placebo effect.
Here's another one. India once qualified for the 1950 World Cup, but refused to play because FIFA wouldn't let them play barefoot.
FIFA
corrupt.
Yeah. Mind you, imagine playing against 1950s footballers with those steel-capped boots with sort of pegs as studs. Imagine that going down your calf. Yeah.
Tom, just before we end, why should people join our Patreon? Support us by joining our Patreon.
Well, there's just loads of exclusive content there. Loads of exclusive content where I'll be writing a football blog. I'll be reading my book, The Shimpad Chronicles, which is all right. And then just observations about stuff. For example, did you know that there was a footballer called Norman Con? There was also a footballer called Mark Deman. There's also a footballer called Danger Fourpence. These are all funny things, and I'll be musing on them.
Brilliant. If you do want to join our Patreon, yeah, that's good. It just supports us, covers our costs. It's £3.25 plus VAT a month. You can follow the link below. On there will be, as Tom said, the Shimpad Chronicles. Yeah. There'll be a weekly football blog, and there'll be extended podcasts. You'll get your own feed, and you'll be able to listen to extended podcasts and bonus podcasts throughout the year. So,
and once again, it's like if there's only a handful of you that do it, it's basically not worth it because it's not much money. So we need tons of you, absolutely tons of you. Thousands. And if you're someone with lots of money, why don't you don't have to tell anyone. Why don't you just donate a much larger amount of money? I know one or two of my friends listen to this, and I know they're doing much better in life, and they say things like, stick in there and keep going, but they don't help out really. So this could, and it might be because they're embarrassed to sort of, I don't know, let me know that they know that I'm struggling. But this could be an anonymous way for them to do it. And I do you know what? I won't even say thank you. I'll pretend I didn't notice. How about that? Anyway, just food for thought.
What a gracious man you are.
Yeah.
Great, Tom. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Okay, stop. Very good. Okay, thank you very much for listening to episode 1 of season 2 of the Throw In podcast. Do follow that link below for Beer Hawk if you want to get 10% off their thing, 10% off any order with that link. Do follow our fantasy football podcast. Do what else? Patreon, sign up. Follow us on Twitter.
If I just finish with a little joke.
Hang on. Follow us on Twitter at throwinpod. Tom, finish us off with a joke.
So this is an impression of Thomas Muller telling a joke.
Hello, sir. I was doing a crosswords the other day, and the clue said a group of 12, 5 across. I thought, why are 5 cross? What had the other 7 done? Do you see? Because it was 5 letters for the word, and a group of 12, which is a dozen, of course, but a group of 12, 5 across, as in across, but also cross like angry. So. But and I say, what have the other 7 done? So anyway, okay.
That's based on his
every single time he celebrates. Sorry, go on.
Well, it's shut up. It's
Sorry.
based on his Robert Lewandowski. Robert Lewandowski. Do you not? So people that will know that will get the joke. I can tell from your face you didn't know what I was doing.
No idea what you're doing.
No.
Most of the time I don't.
Yeah, that'll be the most popular bit of this episode, though.
Fantastic. Goodbye.